Hey guys, it's your boy Henty PhD graduate, and I'm finally here to tell you guys about how I once dated a Yandere. I know, it's been a long time coming. Some might even say that this is a more anticipated build-up than GTA 6 or the second coming of Jesus Christ. Nah, that's an insult to GTA 6. So anyways, let's start with the basic settings. That's me right here, smaller buns because I'm a 14-year-old middle schooler in this setting, and I'm kind of popular in school. Kind of. I'm not like the leader of the band or part of the student council president, at least not yet at this point of the story, but almost everybody knew who I was. One, because my dad, rest in peace, was the principal of the high school department, and the other was because I had a lot of friends. Like, a lot. Got it from my mom, who's a social butterfly and had lots of male friends, which was awesome. So yeah, for me, like my mom, I really enjoy making friends. It feels nice, especially because I used to be kind of a loner that didn't really have anybody. A turning point came into my life and I became someone who would always at least try to be friends with anyone. Whether it's the party goers, the quiet kids, the music band, didn't matter to me. Which is where our heroine, or you might even call antagonist, the Yandere comes in. We're gonna call her Alicia. See, I always thought Alicia was kind of attractive, but to be honest, this was me at a younger age that just found out about white people, so I probably had the case of the snow bunny crisis. But regardless, she's kind of a toxic bitch. At least that was what everybody told me at the time, because from what I've heard, she's had multiple friends that she would constantly talk shit about to other friends. She would pretend to keep secrets but actually spread them on her own volition. And I think I also heard rumors that she would hunt down birds by throwing rocks. Yeah, she sounds perfect. Regardless, I honestly couldn't care less about the rumors because I only believe what I see. I generally think that I can't really judge a person when I don't even know anything about the fool. For all I know, the rumors were made up by jealous bitches or assholes that got dumped by her. That's happened before. And so I started talking to her at a point where almost everyone was low-key ignoring her or avoiding her. But when I actually started talking to her, I actually found her kind of fun. I mean, I don't remember much of what we talked about, but I liked talking to her, and it was safe to assume that I viewed her as a friend. I mean, heck, sometimes I even paired up with her on a group project. That's pretty much BFF type shit. Anyways, time passes and we continue to be friends until a few weeks or a few months in between. One day she suddenly texted me with, "Hey, can I tell you something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" So like, "I like your friend." Oh, okay. Now, the friend that she's talking about is one of my bestest friends in the entire world. We'll call him Arush. See, Arush was my homie, my boy, my one and only, and I cared about that bitch more than anyone else, so I obviously wanted the best for him. But see, the problem with Arush is that he is low-key gay? I mean, he never told us, but it really seemed like he never really cared about girls, and whenever he did, it always comes off as fake or disingenuous, as if he would just pick the most popular girl as a scapegoat when people would ask who he likes. Plus, his Indian parents are pretty strict. They viewed his education as the most important thing ever, so he would be constantly pressured to keep up his studies. And high-key, he was a pretty big nerd, so he didn't mind it that much. So with that in mind, when Alicia asked me if I could hook her up with Arush, I said no, because yeah, she's fun to me, but I still saw some crazy and I don't think Arush would want any distractions that he would find annoying. And plus, I wanted to keep him for myself. So straight up, I just answered no with a capital period. And then she was like, "Oh, okay, cool, because I actually like you." Excuse me, what? Alright, I have no idea what the fuck is going on. So were you pretending to like him, like to test me? But why? Wait, huh? That was pretty much my thought process at the time. It came out of left field so bad that I literally didn't know how to process it. Keep in mind, this is the first time someone has actually confessed to me. Looking back on it now, maybe she saw me saying no to Arush and took it like I was the one who wanted her. I don't know, that's just my game theory. So anyways, like I said, this is my first time someone confessed to me and I didn't know what to do. So I just went, okay, let's go out. And thus, I started dating a yandere without knowing what the fuck just happened. At least, I didn't even know she was a yandere until later on. Because the next day we started talking, you know, more lovey-dovey type shit. But here's the thing, I told her that if we were going to continue dating, we were gonna have to do it in secret. Because my dad is actually against me dating anyone. I know, it's almost like I'm daddy's little princess, but it's mostly because, well, it's a bit more complicated and has to do with the fact that I'm Indonesian and the school that I'm in is in another country. But let's just say that he worked really hard to get me into the school, so he wanted to make sure that I would use all my focus into my education. Now, this kind of turned her off so much that she asked to break up immediately. Yeah, bro didn't take long to get dumped by his girlfriend. And looking back on it now, I think she probably wanted me to fight back. Kind of like how I did when I told her not to pursue Arush. She probably took that moment and assumed that it's because I want her to be mine per se. But when she asked to break up, I was like, okay, cool, and just walked away. Because truth be told, I was not ready for a relationship. Like, I was 14, I just wanted to stay home and play FIFA with my friends all day, including Arush. And one of the only reasons I even accepted her confession was because I didn't know what else to fucking do. Like, yeah, I found her attractive, yeah, I thought she was nice to be around, but it's not like I was necessarily looking at her that way. The only person I was looking at that way was fucking Rihanna. So when she asked to break up, I kinda saw it as a scapegoat. Like, as in I was free again. But this really rubbed Alicia the wrong way. The next few days she didn't talk to me in class, which I guess made sense. But not even a week later, I got a text from her asking, "Hey, can we go back to what we used to be?" And this time, I knew better. I'm sorry, Alicia, but I was just not ready for a relationship. So I said no and played FIFA with my friends again. Not long after that, she texted me again. "Please, I was wrong. I didn't want to end it that way." And again, I'm like, "Look, I'm really sorry, but no." Then days later again, she went, "I still really like you." And I'm like, "Thanks, that's awesome. But I just want to play Minecraft." And this is when I started realizing the cracks within her personality. I mean, yes, it genuinely made me happy that someone likes me this much, but when someone starts getting obsessed with you, it's gonna get a little bit jarring. Because this went on for weeks until I finally firmly rejected her, and I'm not gonna say exactly what I said because it's a little mean and I regret saying it, but eventually she did give up on the texting, but not without a final, "But it's okay if I still like you, right?" And I'm like, yeah, sure. And this is where I expected for us to go back to our relationship in the beginning, where we were just friends who do the same group work. But oh boy, I couldn't be more wrong. I started hearing from other people that she started dating some other guys, right? But like, I never actually see her with them. And in the rare instances that I do, I would occasionally catch her glancing at me. As in, she spread all the rumors and start dating these guys to get a reaction out of me. But like, I don't know, what was I supposed to feel? Anyway, she also started beefing with my other female friends, which honestly, maybe I'm delusional, maybe it had nothing to do with me, but there was also a point where I was dating this girl around 2 to 3 years later, and suddenly, Alicia became like her role model. Like her Nei-san. she started acting super duper close with her, which was weird because I don't know how that could even happen in the first place. And lo and behold, that when I broke up with that said girl, Alicia stopped talking to her too. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. All of this while she still would occasionally beg me to bring her back again through text every 2 months or so. She even drew a poster of me and wrote, "He will be mine someday," which I can't lie, it's kind of cute, but no, that's not the point. Either way, it just gets overwhelming and I start getting a little bit creeped out. And by little, I mean a lot. Actually, there was a point where I was super duper creeped out. Because this next story that I'm going to tell you, it's wild, honestly. And I don't know if I can even tell it to YouTube, but okay, all right, I'm gonna brace myself. So there was a point where, again, she wasn't dating this guy, but what happened was there was a guy who liked Alicia, right? And I guess Alicia, like again, she still wanted to get me jealous. And what this guy did to show that he liked Alicia was record a video of himself. Oh God, I don't know if I could say this, but record a video of himself jacking off to her while repeating her name. I'm not joking. And while I was in class, she told me about it, and then she said, "Hey, wanna see?" And I honestly thought she was kidding because I didn't think that anyone would do it, right? But then she pulled up her phone and instantly showed me just right that. Like, "Hey, look at this. Look at how this guy is absolutely obsessed with me and I'm obsessed with you. Shouldn't you be more grateful that I exist to like you?" I'm like, what are you talking about? But it's just disturbing that she's using this video as leverage to like kind of tell me, "Hey, look at how desirable I am. Don't you think you should be more grateful to me?" I don't know, man. I just thought that was insane. But despite it all, time passes, and after being with her for around 5 years, I got word that she was moving to another city. Which was, yay, you know? Like, I'm gonna get more breathing space, and I'm not gonna get creeped out as often. But at the same time, I knew I was gonna kind of miss her. Sure, she was toxic, a little psycho, but at the end of the day, there's a girl that really had a lot of love for me. The appeal of a yandere is real. Sometimes people just want to be loved, and the fact that someone out there is madly obsessed with you gives a massive boost in confidence and really makes you happy for the fact that there is meaning to your life. It's just a shame that I couldn't reciprocate her feelings because who knows, I might have even fixed her had I liked her back in some sort of romantic way. But alas, no matter how obsessive she was or how scary she could be, I probably wouldn't be the same man that I am today. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But either way, I like the way that I am. So I am grateful for her for giving me the yandere experience that I could never forget. In fact, I was so grateful that I ended up making out with her 3 years later. But that's a story for another video.